Hi everyone, happy Thursday to you. So I am in this mind space to render poetry and share it with you all. The past 4 days I've been sharing from Soul Riff, Atma Tarang, from the segment Have You Ever? And I'm now moving on to GEETH poetry voice, cover designed by Anindita Bose, edited by her too, beautifully, segmented with fabulous titles and some amazing paintings by Pimina Didi from Canada, for which I've also written poems inspired by her beautiful paintings. I'm going to be reading 3 poems today. A lovely foreword by a very, very beautiful poet, inside out, Sharmila Reddy. Met her at Kolkata during a book launch. I was so enamored by her aura, her style of writing, and I thank her for this beautiful foreword. And so here I am. I want to continue reading, and I hope you enjoy it. The first one I'm going to be reading to you is one that was inspired by Rain Song by Led Zeppelin. It's one of my most favorite songs, and how many ever times I listen to it, something new happens in my head. I'm sure many of you who've listened to Led Zepp's Rain Song also feel this way. This one's called Moors. My eyes are moors, breathing palpably. A lilac haze of smoke, swirling with winds of expectations. Through a glassy vision, I see glowworms dancing in twilight. I'm neither dizzy nor numb nor high, just inundated with languid delight. Looming clouds conjure up a storm of hope. I exhale a petrichor that carries the fragrance of many rivers. And a song is born from my pupils that capture the distant moon, soaking the lunar nectarine gate, inebriated with tides that promise harvests. My eyes are ponds lapped by ripples that hum towards reedy banks, eyelashes that flutter with the evening breeze. Everything quietens with a hush of songbirds that retire. They've sung enough, and let the stars do the crooning. Trapped in the depths of my eyes, now the night sky. As they are drenched with ambrosial rain, that everything turns out the way it should. And I sing a rain song synchronized with my heartbeat. As I inhale my muse deep within till lotuses bloom in my eyes. Suddenly they morph into 2 boats set free by the current of imagination, drifting into the swamps of endless thoughts, lit by the flame of the setting sun. So that was Moors, inspired by Rain Song by Led Zeppelin. The next one is Ode, from my book DHVANI, Poetry Voice. Ode. The day is a poem. The day is a poem, birthing itself through the virgin womb. It is like the first birth of a baby every time. Cramping, convulsing, putting itself through the contractions and racing with a heartbeat of pulsating expectations. As if pulling itself through icy and rocky mountains just to peek at the sun rays. The poem is the afternoon feeling. Its muscles stiffen. The poem is the afternoon feeling its muscles stiffen, limping around dales and meadows and basking in the sun it took forever to view. Now soaked in the warm blood of thought streams, dappled with rhymes of sunshine. Thirsty and hungry, guzzling life of an unknown mother, through the umbilical cord of commitment, breathing through the pauses and punctuations, and then the poem suddenly becomes a flower blooming in the twilight, like a violet lily, evening primrose, and chocolate flower, heady in an avalanche of blood gushing in gurgles, almost choking in its own headlong fall. The poem is a star-filled night, silent and waiting for its own breath to assure it that it lives only when it emerges. And kind hands embrace it like a helpless and trusting infant. The poem is the rosy dawn now, tender and raw as a rose that blooms with thorns, crying as if alone till many eyes watch it fall asleep, in a curl called an ode, and again renamed as poetry. That was Ode for you. And it's like the day is like a child. It's like a mother. It's like many things. The day is born and it dies, and it's born again and it dies. It's so beautiful. It rejuvenates itself. The next one is called Being Solid. Being solid wasn't my choice. I'd rather feel myself flowing humbly, meandering in caves under the earth, crystal clear and carrying my own light, reflecting the recesses of earth's dreams. Being opaque wasn't an option. It was a journey, for mountains grow from the seas too. The salt still in my porous countenance, I breathe with seasons. But I would rather be a reef, letting all the life play around me as I bend with tides and currents. Now, I'd like to be clad in glass just to reflect the dynamics of creation. Somewhere atop a mountainous terrain, mirroring fleeces of clouds, migratory birds, and woods that echo songbirds. I would be a canvas of sorts, breathing still, holding upright in a board where silence is celebrated and embraced, drenching myself in the brilliant hues of sunrise and sunset. Perhaps stupefied as I stand, I still reflect existence. Having been buffed and polished with experiences, a smooth slab, when every once in a while, loving hands caress my saga, the poetry of my destiny. So, yeah, life is a choice. Being this, being that is a choice. It's one's own freedom to do so, but we are still conditioned and controlled by many forces. Some people call it fate, some destiny, some luck. And some just say, they resign themselves and say, it's just that's it. This is who we are. But everybody matters in this world. Everybody is precious. Everybody has a purpose. And that's why the world is still beautiful. And with poetry, it's still more beautiful. And what more, when you share poetry with the world, it's the most beautiful. Having said that, thank you so much for listening. I'll be coming back with more poetry to share with all of you. Till then, I'm signing off as Geethanjali Dilip, Salem, Tamil Nadu, India. Bye.